Hey there! Today I am going to talk about meeting my idols. Now, as you know from my previous video, my idols are Dan and Phil, and if you don't know who they are YouTubers here on YouTube, obviously, and they're really funny and I love them. Now, I started liking them back in February, I think, of 2013. I know I was kind of late in the fandom, but you can join in a fandom anytime, I guess. Now, most of you probably don't know, I went to VidCon, and if you don't know what that is, it is a video conference in Anaheim, California, and it's where a bunch of YouTubers meet up, and also the viewers can meet their favorite YouTubers. And so I mainly wanted to go to meet Dan and Phil, but I met a bunch of other YouTubers I love. That's another story. I'm doing a whole nother video about VidCon itself later on. I actually saved up money. I got a job at a freaking fast food restaurant to raise the money for this trip because I had to meet Dan and Phil. I had to. This was like my chance. So I raised up all the money and paid for it and flew to California in August 2013. So the first people I actually got to meet were Dan and Phil. Now their signing was at 12 o'clock, noon, and the doors opened at 9, and there was a signing right before theirs at the same spot of this guy I've never even heard of. I forgot who it was even. It was some like foreign guy, but not to be mean, but just no one I've ever heard of before. And so me and my friend Janine, hi Janine if you're watching, we decided to just go over there and sit in that area to wait to line up. And we were the first ones to do that. We went over there and sat, and we were the very first ones. And so after a while, a bunch of people started sitting around us, and then an organizer of the place asked us why we were there, and we told them we were lining up for Dan and Phil. And so then they're like, okay, so they let us queue ahead of time while the other person was signing, and the line got really long, but Janine and I were first. I was so happy. So we waited for about 3 hours, and then the time came. So we expected them to come out from behind curtains, but no. They came out the public way, because the curtain way, they don't have to like go through any fans, and no fans will like attack them or anything. And it's just like backstage. It's not even a stage, but in the back area. But no, they come out through the freaking front. We hear all this screaming coming from behind us, and then everyone's turning around taking pictures, and it's Dan and Phil. You can see them from so far away because everyone's short. And they are huge. Oh my gosh. I compare them to trees. They were that tall. They were really tall. And so they come over and talk to Glozell. They take pictures and hug and stuff. It was great. I'm actually in Glozell's video where she shows Dan and Phil at VidCon. I'm just in the background. I'm not like in the video. So yeah, you can go check that out if you want. I was the front of the line. So I'm so nervous. My heart's beating so fast. And I was like, they are real. They are so beautiful in person. Oh my god. It was the greatest moment of my life, even just before meeting them, just seeing them. And so they're getting ready to have us meet them, and they're standing up. They're not sitting at the signing table because they want to give people hugs and take pictures. And so I was just waiting for them to say I can go up there. And the guy said I could go, and Dan and I are making eye contact, okay? I was gonna run up to him and hug him without warning, but then I remembered he doesn't like that. So I was just like, I forgot to say anything. I wanted to ask for a hug. He was like, you want a hug? And I was like, yes! And so I hugged him. He was so squishy. And he's not like fat or chubby or anything, but he's a little squishy, and it was so nice. And then, like, I have a video of this I'm gonna insert. And then inside, Phil's just like waiting for me to hug him. And then I hug him. I was so starstruck, I did not know what to say. I couldn't tell Phil how much he meant to me, or Dan, especially Phil. And I was just like, hug. And so I was like standing there talking to them, kind of. I asked them to sign my poster, and they did. And Phil asked, what time did you get in line? And I said 9 o'clock, which was when the doors opened. He was like, I appreciate the dedication. He put his hand over his heart and said he appreciates my dedication. I was not okay. Okay, I was more than okay. I was just like, oh, thanks. It's okay. And Dan complimented my Sharpie. Can't forget that. I complimented my freaking Sharpie. So after all that was done, we get our picture. My friend Janine took the picture on my iPhone, and little did we know that she was recording on her camera at that time. And so I'm going to insert the video at the end of this probably of me meeting them. And oh, it was so great. When we were about to leave, I forgot to give them their present, which were Tennessean candies. And so I had to go up to them right before they were about to meet someone else. And I was like, I'm sorry, I forgot to give you your presents. And they're like, oh, thank you. And they were so appreciative, and it was just so cute, even though they probably never took them home and ate them. But, you know, it's the thought that counts. So that is my story, meeting my idols, Dan and Phil. And it was a glorious moment. It didn't sink in until about 3 days later when I was like, oh crap, I met Dan and Phil. And I was not in the moment because I was just so, is this real right now? I was just freaking out. And I'm sorry I say yeah, like, so, anyway, all of these words, I'm so sorry, just ignore them. I'll try to be better. I'm trying to think of not doing them. That's why there's probably so many edited takes in this where I'm just trying to tell myself not to say those words. So I will see you next week. And here's the clip of me meeting Dan and Phil. Bye!
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.